Like to welcome you all to another one of our co-founder trainings. It happens to be August the 18th, which is a Monday. So thank God it's Monday, August 18th, 2025 for another co-founder training. I am in Europe. My host isn't here with me beside me because it's 3:30 in the morning over here, and she needs her beauty sleep after all. She was here the first time, so I appreciate her being here the first time we did a meeting from here. And but yeah, it's awfully early here, and so she did warn me that it might, maybe not, right? So today was maybe not. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know that she's been a lovely host. She has been, it's been great to hang out with her. She's, just a wonderful person, Maria Davidson and her daughter Hannah. And I would have never thought of the country Hungary, guys. Hungary wasn't on my radar as a place to go see or go visit. But every time I would talk to Maria, she would just be raving about how wonderful the country is and how amazing it is. And so, I've traveled a lot through Asia, but technically this is my very first time going to Europe. So it's always been on my list of places I want to go. Obviously, I want to go to Europe, it's got to be. I was thinking places like Rome, Paris, UK, these were kind of my first thinking, going to Europe. But I also watched the news in places like Rome, Paris, UK. They they got some pretty obvious problems going on right now. So even like Spain, another place that I'd like to go see. But the fact that I'm here in Hungary and I'm looking around and I'm so surprised at just how, you know, everybody is just at ease. They're just there's no apparent stress happening in this country, you know. So the people, in fact, I see, a lot of senior citizens that appear to be well taken care of, which I find that to be pretty pleasing, so you see them everywhere, walking around on the trains. I mean, we've been on everything except for a boat. We could be on a boat too. There's a river next to us, but we haven't done the boat yet, or maybe we will, maybe we won't. But man, I've been on trains, planes, and buses and everything here, public transit wise. And it's been fun, just going everywhere. And every single building is a work of art, quite literally. Um, there's actually more older buildings here than there are newer ones. Right, there's a few new ones, but you see plaques on these old buildings, 1700s, 1800s, that's when they're built, that kind of thing. And then the craftsmanship of you see statues coming out of the building, and you see, um, yeah, just the artwork is amazing. The details, and it's just blows my mind away. We tried to get into the parliament yesterday, but they were sold out. So we're going to try to go earlier today. But apparently that place is like all decked out, something beyond belief. So I'm looking forward to walking around inside of it. We've taken a lot of pictures from the outside of it, but maybe you've seen what I'm talking about, the little thing that looks like a giant castle, that's the parliament here. So my trip to Budapest has been a big score, big, good experience. The bonding I'm having with our super well here, Maria, we've been very good. You know, um, she's she is wanting to learn. She's wanting to increase and be better at doing pool funding. Having me around in person is helping her a lot in that regard. And then, we're just, from human to human, we're having excellent bonding opportunities and getting to know each other. which goes beyond what we've experienced on Zoom calls. We've been on many Zoom calls together. So a lot of one-on-one calls, things like that. And in some cases, when I deal with some people, we get on a Zoom call because they got this problem to sort out or that problem to sort out. But a lot of times I'm just meeting with Maria just to, have a friendly conversation about, just, hey, how are you? Right? That kind of thing. And it's good. Um, that's what I really prefer. I prefer, developing relationships that are real, not only strictly for business only, and it's okay if you're business only, that's okay too, I can take it all. But I've really enjoyed, it's one of the reasons I came here first is that, she scores very high as a super well, when you look at where she stands with her wallet inside of the uh our pool funding coin collection. And she's been, very real, genuine person with me, and the trust has been established. So I appreciate that. All right, let me see. I took a few notes here. I got several things to update you on today. Let me just get my notes in front of me real quick. Yeah, let's talk about PML first. Okay. So PML. Let me share my screen. Sorry, I just got to move this Zoom out of the way. PML's over here. Okay. Now, guys, this is the dashboard right now, but this afternoon, for some of you, the evening for some of you, depending on where you are in the world, a little pink thing is going to pop up here above this poster, this innovative micro lending image, okay? And it's going to be an alert, okay? And it's going to basically say you need to get verified, all right? And so it's going to take your picture, okay? So everybody's got to get verified. We need a picture, okay? Because the same thing applies here as it does in pool funding. One person, one account, okay? We have limitations for a reason. We're trying to have balance, between lenders and borrowers, right? So that's why we say as a borrower, you're only allowed to do 4 loans per month, right? Because if we make it like everybody can do unlimited, okay, then most certainly things will get beyond our ability to rebalance in the future. You guys understand the way I'm looking at this? Okay.
Yes.
And we don't want to spoil the future, do we? So we want to have some regulators in there to make sure there's balance in this. It's very important. One person, one account, no funny business, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's going to take your picture, and then and it'll also verify that you are the owner of your email address. Okay, so you can now change your profile. So if you got a bad email address in there, you just go change your profile and put the correct email address in your profile. Actually, I'm not sure if that. Let me take a look at that. He may not have updated that piece of, but that's part of the next update. Yeah, so part of the next update will include the verification, the ability to update your profile, and it's also going to include the pay button. Okay, so the pay button will be activated. So let me share my screen again. Share. So you can pay off your loans. Hang on a second. All right, so these buttons over here, they're gray. They're going to be yellow. Okay. So when he gets done, these gray buttons are going to be turned yellow where it says pay, 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 pay. And then you can pay your loan when you want to, as long as you pay it before the deadline, right? So this one I got to pay within 12 days. I got 16 days to pay these. And you don't have to wait till the last minute. You can, but you don't have to. Okay. And so, and I would just suggest that, forward thinking, it'd probably be a good idea to have the intention of paying off any loan that you have, right? That's just the right intention. We realize that there's going to be situations where people fail to pay their loan off, and that's why there's collateral, and all that, you know. So no matter what, just realize that the lender cannot lose. Okay. Now, the other thing you need to know is I'm not sure the programmer followed my instructions perfectly or something got changed along the way, but I want you all to make sure that if you want to be paid in PML coin, that you make sure to select that. Okay. Okay. So like you can see here, I've got, pay me in PML coin. Okay. I've noticed some of you have it set on collateral. Okay. You got it over here in collateral. And that might be the default since it's the furthest to the left, you know, but go ahead and change it to PML coin. If you really want to double your money, that's probably the way to do it. If there's a default on the in the borrower, then what do you want to collect? Do you want to collect their PML coins? Maybe you do. I mean, I'm saying their pool funding coin. Maybe you do. So that would be the collateral. But I'm interested in the PML coin, because it's spendable liquid money. Okay. Now you notice we've got a pipeline here. So we've got 420 at the beginning of it, and it runs to 629. So basically 200 orders are sitting here. Okay. I've got some open orders now. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus I'll do another one today. My next one's 421. So I think I'm coming up pretty quick here. So there's, this is my order right here. So whoever picks that up will be paying me off, So I'm only 2 away for that to get done. Then it's 484 after that, so that's about 60 more people away. And then after that it's 527. So that's about another 50 people away. And then 550, that's only like, 20, 23 people away, right? And then 581, that's only like 31 people away. And then 604, so that's only yeah, that's less than 20 people away. So I could see that several of these orders could be picked up in a single day once the borrower side picks up a little momentum. Might as well add to the pile here. Create another order here. Might as well do it. There we go. MetaMask is cooperating, I hope. PML. That's good. And then we want to confirm. And close. Just 3 clicks is all it takes. Okay, I just made another $50 there. I'll get paid in a month. Okay. So the other thing, we look at the chart. Okay, looks like we're holding right around 150,000 roughly. Okay, which is pretty good place to hold. It's well above our floor of 50,000. But I have a feeling that it's going to go up quickly. It will only take one person buying, say, $1,000 or $1,500 coin. One person can make this rocket up to a new high. If they were basically just buying a month's worth of like I said, if they did $1,500 so they could just have a month's worth of thing done, they'd wipe out quite a bit of this 2.84 there. They'd take a big chunk of that. It would knock down the pancake swap, probably put that right into the twos there. It's in the threes right now, but 003 probably end up being a 002. It only take one big person to do that. Okay. And then I'm telling you that the chart would just shoot right up to a new all-time high of 300,000 or more. Okay. Or a bunch of you could come in and buy $200-$300 each, and then the same thing would happen. Okay. So the chart doesn't really tell you everything. You need to look at the full picture, guys, when you're looking at anything. You got to take a look at the holders and the chart in combination to have a really good grasp on what is happening and what isn't happening, right? And you'll find that when you do calculations, yeah. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And the final thing I want to talk about regarding PML is the bridge. Okay. So we're going to build a bridge between between the pool funding website and the PML coin website. Okay. And it will allow a person on their very first day to join and use, if they need to, they can use the giveaway money to get PML and end up borrowing, right? And become a borrower. So probably within their first 2 days, and I take that back, first 4 days, probably within their first 4 days, they could probably, borrow as much as, $200 and then take that same $200 and then reinvest it, by doing loans. How many of you like double dipping? You having fun with double dipping?
I am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, that's a good strategy, guys, because not only you're getting the free money on one side, but you're getting double your money on the other side. So taking free money and doubling it. Double dip, that's what it is. It's a good deal. So even brand new people in the future will be able to have that double dip experience, right? With our sister website of PMLcoin.app. And so that's the next thing the program is going to work on is that bridge. That makes sense, guys? Because we have to have a bridge that allows people to use what's in the holding area, which is not normally available, right, for 90 days, right? So that way we're not forcing people to wait a whole 90 days before we can, allow them to take money that, came through distribution. It's like an early access to distribution, for a good cause, right? Because we want to make sure we have plenty of borrowers when it comes to the PML website. And we got Carrie out of Thailand with her hand up. Hi, Carrie. How are you doing?
Morning, Ace. Well, good. I don't know, whatever, but hello. I have one question, and I think Hunter tried to ask this in a meeting previously. If we borrow and we put up any of the coin as collateral, when the swap comes over, how is that going to affect our coin balance?
Okay, let me think for a second here. The question, I think I missed part of that question. So are you talking about the collateral, like you're losing your collateral?
So the collateral in the borrow. So we put up collateral now in the month of August, and then when we swap over to the new coins, obviously that collateral, the balance is out of our wallets. How is that going to affect the swap? Does it make sense?
Yeah, but what you need to know about the one-to-one transition between old and new coin, okay?
Yes.
What you need to know is that is everything, and that would also include what's being used for collateral. Because
Okay, perfect. That's my question.
We can identify where it's at. If it's in the holding tank, it'll count. If it's in your wallet, it'll count. If you purchased it from the market, it counts. And so in this case, whatever's being held as collateral, it will count. Right?
Right.
So that's why we encourage people.
Thank you for the clarification.
They use the same wallet address on both websites. So that makes it easy for us to keep track of stuff like that.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for answering.
You're welcome. Which brings up the point that, guys, we've had these posters out there saying, hey, hurry up and get verified before September 1st, right? You guys have all seen it, what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's one for Justine. Don't miss out. Am I sharing my screen?
No.
Okay, let me share my screen. I thought I was sharing. Share screen, share. Okay, this one you see here for Justine here. Okay. Don't miss out on the transition process. Okay. Now, does it say transition event or does it say transition process, guys?
Process.
Okay.
Process.
All right. A small clue. It's probably going to take a year to complete the process. Small clue. Okay. So don't miss out on the transition process from the old coins to the new coins in pool funding. Okay. Get verified before September 1st. Why is that important? Because we will leave people behind. Okay. So if you don't pay attention, then I guess we'll leave you behind and your old coins will not end up being replaced with new coins. That's how it works, guys. Okay. Okay. So we got a different flavor of that for every one of our executives, right? They all have their own pretty little picture saying the same information here. Okay. All right. Very important. So you got to get the word out to your teams, okay? That September 1st is coming up, guys. It's the 18th of August. So September 1st is coming up. If you've got people that are still showing up white, like the little generic profile thing inside of your genealogy on your pool funding, inside your pool funding website, that means they haven't been verified yet because we're using the verification picture in the genealogy. So maybe they've updated their profile and they got a picture there in their profile, but that's not what's being used in the genealogy. The genealogy is using the verification picture. That's how you know if someone's verified or not on your team. That's down below you. So tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. What would happen if we leave someone behind? Then they would not get the equal amount of coin from what is in their old coin to the new coin. They would just miss out on that process. I'm clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's important, right? So, all right. Okay. Let's see what else here. Yeah. Pool funding verification. Yeah. These are the things I wanted to talk about today. Just checking my notes here. All right, so I'm excited about where we're going. I think that the PML loan program is going to be a great starter. Okay. And the fact that you can make money just by clicking, appeals to many people, right? $50 for 3 clicks is a pretty good deal, right, guys? Yeah. Click, 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 and you're guaranteed to make $50.
Very good deal.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to work all over the whole world. Thank you, Gregory. Appreciate you chiming in. So I like talking to people instead of myself here. So um, the it's that's a good way to start the conversation, and then they learn about pool funding in the process because that's what's really supporting the whole thing is the pool funding website, and then that can lead into talking to people about again, about a giveaway. So what I'm hoping we'll do with the starter is we'll bring in quality people. Okay. Now we can walk up to someone and say, hey, how would you like to have a savings account that doubled your money monthly? But if you walk up to somebody that doesn't have any money to save, what good is that account to them? Am I right? Okay. But
You're
Yes.
right.
but if you walk up to someone and their eyeballs get big, they got some money to save. Oh, my savings can double every month. Yeah. Let me show you how to do that. Then you got someone that's probably a quality sign up. And that's what we need, more quality signups, don't we? We need more quality signups, people that come into this thing
Absolutely.
to contribute to what we're putting together, not just take away, take from it, you know what I'm saying? So that being our opener is good, you know. So yeah, you know, I'm working on someone here I ran into someone uh, um, here in Hungary that I'm inviting to join us. And I told him that you can make money by click, 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 and make money every day, just really fast like that. And she's like, "Wow, that sounds great," because she was complaining that the wages haven't really increased since COVID here, but the cost of things have doubled here. But that might be more for something for her, because as I look around the people, they don't seem too stressed out. So it might just be her particular industry. She's a masseuse, a Thai masseuse, and so I've been doing a lot of walking, so I needed a massage guy. So I'm sorry. I went in and got a Thai massage while I'm here, and I did it with someone that's actually Thai, so they do it the right way. And yeah, got all stretched out, and I feel great. And I talked to her about this, and she's interested, but I don't think she's ever done anything online before, making money online before. And so, yeah. Anyway, bottom line is that I'm not missing out on any opportunity to share what we're doing, right? If it comes up, I'm going to talk about it. And before you know, I'm like, we might be able to point to her in the meeting and say, "That's her. That's the one I was telling you about." That, you know. So if you're ever in Hungary and need a good Thai massage, I can recommend somebody for you. Okay. All right. Hey, Casey, you got your hand up.
Hi Ace. I was just wondering, um, do they need, so like for the lending and borrowing platform, do people need to be with pool funding to do it?
No, you can actually do you can lend without being part of pool funding, but you got to be part of pool funding to borrow,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
that's how it works. So all of our borrowers are coming from pool funding. But
Okay. Thank you, Ace.
our lenders can come from anywhere as long as they go into the internet and pick up the PML coin, probably from PancakeSwap. They'll probably pick up their PML coin from PancakeSwap. And anyone with an internet connection can do that, right? And be a lender. And doubling money is a big deal, guys. Monthly, doubling money monthly, that's really a big deal. So even $1,500 every single month. Imagine if you got a husband and wife, okay, and they both do this and click, click, click every day, okay, and they put $3,000 between the two of them to work every month. That means they're going to increase their monthly income by roughly $3,000 every single month without taking much time at all, right? How big of an impact can that actually have for any couple? Now, it's great for an individual too, but I'm just saying it's double the fun when it's a couple, right? You got both husband and wife as lenders, doing loans every single day. So I'm not worried about some of the loans stacking up right now. I know some people have commented on that, and I'm like, come on, guys. It's way too premature to be commenting on any kind of stacking up thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. It's all going to shake free. It's just a matter of putting energy in the direction of borrowers, right? It's like a seesaw, right? It's never going to be perfect. So it's either going to be tilted towards borrowers or it's going to be tilted towards lenders at any given time. And it just tells us where to put our energy, which side of the equation we need to put our energy as a community. That's all it tells us. Does that make sense, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
And that's why just
Yeah.
one person, one account, so we can keep the thing balanced enough to keep it swinging back and forth like that. Okay. That's it. Simple.
Thank you, Ace.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, that's about it on my side of the thing. Do you guys have any questions or anything you want to bring up before we close out this training call?
Hey, Ace.
Hey,
It's Greg
Greg.
here.
Hi, Greg.
I have a question that may be a technical question. I don't know, maybe a hunter question.
Okay.
But okay, so I've lent money before, but for some reason, both on my laptop and on my phone, when I try to go to the site, it's asking me to register, which I've already done. And when I put in that information, it'll tell me that an email with that address already exists. So what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, I think you're probably just not connecting your wallet. So for some reason you have your wallet settings to log you out for some reason. And you don't have to do that. You can just stay logged in. So it's up to you. I mean, maybe for you, you get higher security by staying logged in, but maybe that's what it is. And all you got to do is just connect the wallet
Okay, I'll check that.
every
Thank you,
time.
Ace.
So it's just a matter of figuring out the proper routine. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the code. It's just you're learning how to use it,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was confused because I was thinking, it wanted me to almost like re-register, and I'm thinking, well, maybe there just needs to be a login button, but there wasn't a login button. But now I guess it's
a connect wallet button. Click on that.
connect. Well, okay, gotcha.
Because
Thank you, Ace.
you're not using a password to log into PML. It's a what you call Web3 website.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Jeffrey Barra, you got your hand up, buddy. What's up?
Yes, Mr. Ace. Yes, Mr. Ace. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, I'm gonna lower my hand now.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I had a question about the distribution. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. I have hit the distribution, and I was just going to say how surreal feeling it is to watch it grow every day.
Mm-hmm.
In the regular coin.
Right.
So,
yep.
Can I buy at this point what I'm not going to sell? Obviously, I don't want to be ousted. Can I buy some PML coins with some of that coin?
Not outside of the borrowing situation. Otherwise, you would be violating the term of, would be considered a sell of the coin, and you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You get yourself penalized. Right now, the penalty for that, guys, the penalty is, suspension.
Oh, no, I'm glad I asked.
And so basically you end up, you go to the pool funding website and you can't get to the account page when you're suspended. Okay.
Right.
Now it was set before for 30 days. Okay. It's now 365 days suspension. Okay.
Good.
So you don't want to sell your coin, and you don't want to swap it out. Even if you do like a straight swap on PancakeSwap, you're swapping pool funding coin for the PML coin, thinking, oh, this is the same family or whatever. It's not. Okay, that's a swap. The real question is, does it impact the price of the coin? And any kind of swapping is going to have a negative impact on the price of the pool funding coin, which is why we have made it mandated that you don't sell in any way, shape, or form, or you're going to get suspended. Okay. Now, when you use our website to use it as collateral, that collateral is not going to impact the price of the coin at all in the market. Zero.
Right.
Even if you default on the loan, and then the collateral ends up going to wherever, maybe it goes into the pocket of the borrower. I mean, of the lender, perhaps if they choose that.
Right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the price of anything because it doesn't impact the market at all. Okay.
I just have no point.
You're real choppy. I don't know if it's on my end. Am I choppy, guys?
No, you're fine.
He's
It's on
choppy.
his
Fine.
end. He's choppy.
Okay,
He's
so,
choppy.
so it is on his end. Okay, so sorry,
Yeah.
Jeff. You're doing great there for a minute, but they got real choppy.
I'm sorry about that. Can
No,
you hear me now?
That's better now.
Now it's better.
Okay. So that would be the once we get people evened up on the teeter-totter loan, just borrow some collateral and give out some more loans. Well, I'd kind of be borrowing it, but I'm borrowing it from my coin, right? And it wouldn't affect the price.
Exactly, because yeah, you're just going from website to website, and it's like a peer-to-peer transfer instead of a
Right.
swap, right?
Right.
Anything
Right.
that's a swap is considered a sell, and sell brings the
Right.
price down, and we don't want to. Hey, man,
Well,
our prices are so low right now. I don't want to see them go any lower. Do you? You know,
no.
let's let's make where we're at the bottom basement floor and then go up from here. Now, I want to tell you
So,
something. Go ahead. I do have to
so
say,
the key to story, hold. That what's that? Hodl, whatever that name
yeah,
is.
hodl, right? Hodl,
Hodl.
hold on for dear life, right?
Hold
H
on for
O
dear life.
D
Yeah,
L,
I
yeah.
got you. Yeah, I want to go with everybody else. I don't want to go off the exile land. So thank you for that explanation. And I'm so excited. It's not just a growth here one day here or there. It's like every day. And
Yeah.
it's insane.
All right.
It's insanely good. So, I mean, hey, this is a 401k that we can keep and actually cash out and not take a penalty and all that. I had to cash out a lot of them coming through the ranks up, through the years. You save a little, and then all of a sudden something come up, and so I'm so
Okay.
excited to hear, and it's
All
a
right.
wonderful, wonderful place to be.
Well, thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate your contribution to the meeting
Yes,
today.
sir.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you. I do have an announcement to make, but I'm going to make it after we hear from Willie Dale. Willie Dale, you got your hand up? Go ahead.
Yeah, yes. How you doing?
Great.
I have a loan now.
Okay.
My question is, do I have to pay the loan off first before I borrow?
No, you can do either one, and the order of which doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can do loan first, you can do borrow first, you can, yeah.
No, do I have to wait to pay off my loan? Do I have to pay my loan first before I mean, pay, pay off my loan first before I lend.
No, you can lend without having paid off your loan yet. It's not a problem.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Isn't that great to know? So
Yeah, very great to know.
you can play both sides of this and play it against the middle. The way I look at it is, I'll tell you, probably on Thursday when we get back together, those pay buttons will be ready to go, right? And I'm just going to pay off all my loans. So whoever did loans with me are going to get paid early, So it's all going to, and so make sure to select PML coin if that's what you want, right? If you
Right.
want to receive a PML coin.
Right.
But I'm paying mine off early, and I recommend everybody do the same. Pay it off at least 2 or 3 days early, right? Because then that might smoothen out the whole community if the people that take out loans do that. So if you're able to do that, do it. Okay, so you have your hand up still though. So did you have another thing?
Wait. There we go.
You're golden. Okay. How are things in Colorado, by the way? I miss Colorado.
Oh, just great. Just signed up a new person.
Oh, congratulations. Good deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so it doesn't make sense just to throw somebody out on their ear for 365 days because they sold some coin. So here's where this is going to go in the future, guys. Okay. We're going to have maybe I would call it a two-tiered system inside of pool funding going forward. Because now we're going to have, these coins and these coins. We got old coins and new coins. And I don't want to just completely abandon what we're calling the old coin because I still see great value there, right? But how about this? We make it very clear to people that if you sell, you drop down into the trader tier, okay? All right, you get the old coin. So your distribution switches from new coin to old coin. Okay, so if you become a seller, okay, then you stop accumulating in the new coin, you start accumulating in the old coin, okay, and then the new coin these are for the co-founders. Okay. So in other words, if you're a trader, you're not going to get the co-founder bonus, the 10x co-founder bonus. Forget about it. Okay. The 5x partner bonus, forget about it. Unless you're forgiven, right? That there's a path. There'll be a little skinny pathway, right? That people can crawl their way through, you know, with enough humility, right? And get through back up into the heavenly, co-founder higher coin. Because if you're a co-founder, you care about equity and retaining it, whereas a trader don't care about that. Okay. So we got to protect these new coins, right? We got to protect them ongoing. And later on down the road, I'm telling you, there'll be platforms, and even if we have to create our own platform, we will. But I don't think we'll have to. There's platforms out there we could say, okay, I got $1 million worth of coin, I need $500,000 loan, and I need it in cash now. You know what I'm saying? And it can happen on platforms. So what we're doing with the micro lending is just a taste of what is to come, maybe a year from now, with our coin. But we want the coin to be presentable, and I think what we intend to do with these new coins when we roll them out, their charts will ultimately be very presentable when it comes to that time, right? Because we're going to keep the people that are just traders, if you will. That's a nice way of putting it, right? We're going to put them in the lower tier, right, and make it difficult for them to come back up into the higher
They've got
tier.
a spot.
And that way, we're not suspending them. We're not saying, okay, you're out of here, right? We're just saying there's certain degrees of heaven. You can be in the high heaven or you can be in the low heaven, but you can't be in both. Okay. So
On that loan, Ace, on that loan, can you hear me?
yeah, go ahead.
On that loan, would it be a loan that we could manage to pay back? I mean, I know it'd probably be maybe an investment loan or.
Yeah, you're talking about what other platforms are going to do. And of course, that's the whole point of a loan. I don't know where people get confused, Jeffrey, but every time I hear the word loan, I always hear the word pay it back, So
Yeah, I just wondered if it could be what kind of interest or anything like that. Would it be a good-
what I've seen is anywhere from 8 to 15% interest on these crypto loans is what I've
Okay.
seen so far on the platforms, which is
Okay.
which is reasonable for the asset that you're working with,
Right. The volatile. Yes. Sir. All
Yeah.
right, that was all I had. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's plenty of them. I mean, all you got to do is Google and just
Okay.
go, borrow against crypto. Just
Okay.
Google that, and you'll see how much comes up. Aave is like one of 100 different places. It's just the biggest one, but it's one of 100 different places you can use cryptocurrency as something as collateral and
Right.
borrow against it, or
Okay.
you can or you can lend it. I mean, Aave, which is AA, like Alpha Victor Edward, okay, or Echo, I guess. So
Yeah.
Alpha Victor Echo,
Ave.
Aave, yeah.
Thank you.
So Aave is like the main platform out there, and yeah, if you don't pay it back, then they take your collateral from you, and your collateral is always bigger value than what your loan is.
Right.
That's why decentralized finance works, because the lender gets protected in decentralized finance. That's priority one, lender protection, right? So those that are lending, they shouldn't lose, right? Or
Right.
it should be hard for them to lose.
Yeah, that saying's going around that people are starting to pick up on it. No, it's a no lose. It's a no lose situation sometimes.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
what we're doing with our PML website is we're showing the same idea for micro lending. So remember,
Right.
micro is smaller than small, right? So you got large loans, small loans, and then what's smaller than a small loan is a micro loan. And that's the business we're in units of 50, limited to 4 per month, calendar month, right?
Would it be advantage? Would it be advantage to? Is there any advantage to borrow against your coin you have and lend it out? If, or you said that would be like a swap. No, I'm getting confused on that. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you know, you're confusing it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm confused.
You
Confused
can,
myself. Okay,
you
I got
just,
you.
you just need to draw a line in your head and like
Yeah, I got it.
lending over here and borrowing over there.
Right,
Any
right.
mixy mix, stop it. You know,
Gotcha, gotcha.
just think of one side or the other at a time. Do one at a
Right,
time. Yeah.
right.
And then you won't get yourself confused that way.
Gotcha.
You're using pool funding coins as collateral in order to borrow. That's
Yeah.
borrowing.
Got it.
You're using PML coin, which perhaps you purchased from the market, directly, because you probably used money like USDT to buy the PML coin so that you can lend it. And then the expectation is that you're going to double it in 30 days. You lend 50 so that you get back 100 in 30 days. And then you can do that every day for 30 days. So that works out to be you're lending out 1,500 and you're bringing in 3,000. So your profit is $1,500 per month, double your money.
Probably wouldn't have to borrow anything.
So that's the difference between lending and borrowing. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, but what do you guys think about the idea of having a two-tiered system where the old coins can hold value in the sense that it's a solid group of our members are part of that group supporting those coins. But then they can find out for themselves that if it's trading going on, we'll have price targets and all that. We'll encourage people to hodl the old coin, right? But it won't have like enforcement, right? And people can experience a lack of enforcement on the old coin on an ongoing basis. And we just call it the trader zone. Okay. And traders don't get the big bonuses. You're not worthy of ownership. You're not worthy of like co-founder titles, partner titles. You're not showing up that way. Right. So yeah, Joe, you got your hand up.
Yes, sir. So a question about that.
Yeah.
So if they do go ahead and sell, and so they're brought down to the old coin level, do they still get reprimanded by being like a 30-day suspension?
No.
Because I think we want to I think it would be good to try and keep the old coins valuable as much as possible.
Yeah.
And to have sellers in the mix, they should be penalized for, like
Well, it's going to be a penalty because the whole thing with this, picture this, you're looking at your website one day and then you sell and then you notice that all the numbers on your account page completely changed because everything got, converted to old coin. So all the effort you were making in your holding, your holdings just switched over to the old coin. And so now your holdings are not based on the new coin anymore. That shock, I would think, would be quite a penalty in itself. And then it doesn't, throw that team out of whack because now someone can't access the website at all and continue to participate, you know what I'm saying? And maybe create a little less drama in the team growth, you know what I'm saying? So what do you think? That's my thinking.
Great.
Yeah, okay. That works, I guess. Yep.
Give us some thought. I know you're a very thoughtful guy, Joe, and you do.
Yeah.
You do.
Because we don't want to give up on the old coins. I mean, we want that to build back up again, and that's why I have the question about people that continue to, go ahead and sell even the older coins.
Yeah. If we don't
Just
create
a
a
thought.
tier, if we don't create a tier for it, there'd be no reason for people to buy the old coin. So this actually creates an incentive for people to buy the old coin because they want to see the value of what they're holding go up. So, right. But otherwise, without creating a platform or a tier for them, then yeah, you're part of pool funding. There's these old coins, but why would I ever want to buy them? What are they good for? Right. Other than you can use them in our lending website, you know what I'm saying? But to me, it's not a strong enough case that would get those coins up to the high price targets that we would like them to go to, So I think by, just saying, hey, this is just the same idea as we got price targets, it's just a light version of it, right? So we've got the hardcore version where you get to be a co-founder, and then we get the light version of where we recognize that you're kind of a trader anyway. So, so since you're a trader and you want to sell stuff, well, then you're going to get the trader version, but it has the same goals, right? Same price targets and all that. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll be able to compare the two over the years, right? One that's really held in, it's very strict, and then one that's not so strict, and let people kind of find they'll end up in one place or the other, right? So, but I think losing the co-founder bonus and the partner bonus, that 10x and that 5x, that's a lot of coin to lose, right? By disqualifying yourself, slipping into the lower tier,
Sure.
We'll make that clear.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome, Joe. Anybody else? Good meeting. All right, I see happy people here.
Very good meeting.
Good.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Very, very informative, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
We packed it full of updates and fun too, right? So
Yep.
so based on the description I'm giving you of Hungary, how many of you are now interested in checking out Hungary for yourself? If you had the money, would you like to come here? And
I am.
I would.
Yep. It's on the list.
I'm looking forward to meeting Maria, definitely.
Yeah.
it is a tourist country. There are so many things that I can tell that are it's definitely popular for tourists. So it is a
About
tourist.
food. The food.
Very nice.
Oh, have you noticed the food?
I saw the
You
food.
guys get hungry when I send pictures of food over to you on the wall?
Walking and eating.
You tease.
Yeah.
Looks good.
And for the first time, I've had a real Hungarian sausage while I'm in Hungary. So, hey,
Oh.
I've, it's nothing like 7-Eleven,
Wow.
All right. All right, guys. Well, it's always a pleasure getting together with you. We'll be back here tomorrow for our opportunity meeting. I'll be putting that on here from here as well, and then the next one will be the training on Thursday. So yeah, I'll be doing that again. And that'll probably be it. 'Cause, on the weekend, I'm heading back. I'm going back to, I got to tell you, the interesting thing here is being around a bunch of tall white people with blue eyes. That's kind of weird for me, So, I've been living for a long time in the Philippines, like way over 10 years, guys, in the Philippines, where, they're not tall, okay? So
Short, brown eyes.
I haven't seen one with blue eyes yet, so
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the deal. And so I'll be heading back there in a couple of days, at the on the weekend. So I'm right in the middle of this trip, the little 10-day trip. So it's perfect. It's going very, very well. And you just need to know that Maria is a great host, and so I really appreciate her. And yes, I am receiving invitations by many of you to come to where you're at. So I'm open to that. Okay. So, of course, you got to be a whale to get my attention though, right? So you can't just be just some regular whatever, where I'm gonna go hang out with the whales, guys, because we'll be a whale and you'll have your invitations will be valid. Okay. Go ahead, Scott.
So Thailand must be one of the closest for you places to visit.
It is, and so that makes that invitation very special because it's very close, and of course I love Thailand. And since I've been living in the Philippines, I've probably somewhere between 20 to 30 times I've gone to Thailand. 20 to 30 times.
Wow.
Yeah, that's by far my most popular destination. Hong Kong's up there too, but that was before COVID. But I would go to Hong Kong a lot too. Singapore, not so much. I used to sorry for those of you that are here in Singapore. I know we got at least one or two of you from Singapore, but I used to refer to Singapore, Singaporeing, you know. So
What about Tokyo?
yeah, I've been to Japan one time, and that's it. That's all I needed. So you know,
Okay.
yeah, I
What
got.
about New Zealand?
You know, the thing is when you're sitting at a coffee shop and, the cup of coffee is literally that big and they charge you like, you know, $50 for it. You know, that was my first clue that, you know, Tokyo's not exactly an affordable place to hang out, you know. So everywhere else in Asia is very affordable, but not Japan. I mean,
Wow.
those poor people are worked to death. They're, you know, it's a workaholic culture, you know.
Low birth rate, high GDP.
They're nice people, right? People are nice, but yeah, it's not. You better have a lot of money if you're going to hang out there for very long at all, you know. So it does take quite a bit there in Japan. But yeah, I've been on that street with all it's like their version of Times Square. I've been there, you know. Yeah.
Busiest intersection in the world.
Yeah. Amazing.
New Zealand is a nice place.
What's that?
New Zealand is a nice place.
Well, we have some wells in New Zealand for sure, and more than one. And New Zealand is a destination I have yet to have visited. It's right up there, you know. Christchurch, is that a town? That name hits me. Christchurch is in New Zealand, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, down
Beautiful.
South Island.
Garden City.
Is that close
That's
to
the
where,
garden.
is that close to where you're at?
No, I'm on the other. I'm on the North Island.
Yeah.
Right. So we're in Wellington, or I am.
Wellington. And is that a part of New Zealand or is it its own separate country?
It's the capital. Yep, it's the capital of New Zealand. So
Oh,
we're our government beehive.
Yeah, because here's the deal. If I find myself in Australia or New Zealand, I might end up, you know, 2-3 days here, 2-3 days here, 2-3 days here. That might make the most sense. Or just pay for all you guys to come in to a big, you know, like a team building retreat, you know, something like that. You know, one or the
That
other.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Team building retreat sounds amazing.
So
I would love anything.
climb up trees and stuff and, you know, throw logs around, you know. I've seen some of these retreats, what you do.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, the sky's the limit, guys. We get to make it up as we go. That's the fun part about what we're doing. We're here together. You guys are co-founders, so your contributions, your ideas are welcome. Okay. So we're just we're gonna make this as beautiful as we can together.
Nice.
Not like you gotta have it, it's gone.
All right. So good call today, guys. How should we wrap up today? How about we just say it only takes 3 clicks to make $50? How about that? That's a good one, right?
50.
Only 3 clicks to
for
make $50. $50, whatever you guys want to say. Go ahead and unmute and say that.
It only takes
three?
three.
Only
It
takes
takes three clicks
three
to make
clicks.
$50.
Make 50 bucks.
All right. That was almost in unison.
1, 2, 3.
Got a 3, 2, 1.